when you do not acknowledge very different realities, when you do not acknowledge the fact that there is systemic discrimination, that there are rules and systems in place that are invisible to what many people see, but a reality, a lived reality every single day for far too many people. You are avoiding the very difficult questions that require us all to take a hard look at ourselves and what we do. For me, taking that hard look certainly came to a head last fall during the election campaign, and reflection on my own choices of many years ago, and how that actually hurt people today, that I had made really dumb choices that I didn't understand the consequence for, has, I think, certainly allowed me to be even more committed to standing with this community and fighting every day against the barriers and discrimination that are so invisible to so many people. And all I can say for your son and for so many people who are, facing statistics that are putting more challenges on there is I and as many people as possible will be allies to make sure that he doesn't go through life unfairly singled out or alone. He has many, many allies in this room and right across the country, and that's the message that I share.
I want to talk a little bit more about last fall and the whole idea of second chances. Because, Mr. Trudeau, there are many who thought he doesn't deserve one. He was of age, he knew what he was doing, and yet those pictures surfaced. Talk to me about that time. Talk to me about questioning yourself and your choices, and what you heard from the Black and Brown community in particular.
First of all, it was a moment of real, obviously, reflection for me, of deep disappointment in myself, of feeling like I had, and understanding that I had really hurt a lot of people who stood with me and believed with me and undercut their belief in what me and my team and our government was trying to do and had been working on doing. And the conversations I had with members of the Black community, the conversations I had with thought leaders across the country who challenged me and encouraged me to focus on, okay, this happened. How are you going to keep moving forward in a way that brings some positive out of what was a very difficult time for everyone? It's not that it was a difficult time for me, because it doesn't matter about me. It matters that this was a moment for the country where parents had to explain that to their kids, where a conversation was elevated about this, and at a very an interesting moment for me was trying to explain to a lot of people who tried to sort of minimize it for me because, well, we don't have the same history in Canada as what blackface is in the United States. And I just had to say, no, I've spoken to too many members of the community for whom this is a deep and real pain that highlights the barriers they face every single day that people don't seem to notice. and how, as a government, we can move forward, and as a society, we can move forward to address this, and how it will be on my shoulders, because that is part of my story now, to make sure that I can then say, and this is what we kept working on, this is what we kept doing, and this is how we, as a team, as a government, and me as an individual, is working to make sure that people understand, that people act, and that these barriers and this anti-Black racism that still exists is directly addressed and minimized across this country for future generations.